my co-host.
Joey Rosenberg. Hi, how you doing?
We got a guest today on the podcast.
Hey, what's up, James Mack?
James Mack. He is a legend around here now, man. For some reason, though, I don't understand because you are like the nicest effing guy, but you generate hate from some people for like no. I don't get why does anybody have anything against you?
Because
Yeah. No, well, that was the case last night. Jesus Christ. I did a show last night, and as soon as they mentioned like the credit I asked them to, like semifinalists for funniest comic in Texas, like you can actually hear them boo me on the recording.
You did right. What venue was that?
I'd rather not say because they keep booking me and paying me.
We're getting political here, you know. Like.
It was out by my house, and it was in Flemington, New Jersey. And I've done it a few times, but no, like some people don't like me because I don't play the high school games that a lot of comics do. So, like I'm not gonna tolerate you, standing up there being a white dude just deciding to use the N word because you want a shock joke. You can tell when somebody is really being racist and sexist, and I don't tolerate that crap. So.
Yeah, that's true. Because I'm telling you, man, like even amongst your friends, like it's just awkward to hear that when they're like, I've been in that room, and someone's like, "Hey, man," I'm just like, "Please don't call me that. Please call me anything else, just not that." I can't access my human response with that. I'm just gonna run.
You know what messed me up? When I had to rethink the word and start using it strategically. Like now, I'm like kind of flipping. But like, for years it was weird because I remember watching 42.
Yeah.
42.
What's that?
Yeah.
The movie, the
Jackie Robinson.
And
And
it
when
was-
he first comes through and how his teammates are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And like, I didn't know how deep. Like my dad's a baseball fan, right? And watching him cry every time they said that, like it was like a cringe for him. And I'm like, God, it's a 60-year-old white man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to stop and think. Like people, regardless of what they saw shit and it traumatized you.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing, and a lot of people tend to forget this, is Jackie Robinson was an officer in the Army before
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, man.
And he actually got brought up on a court-martial because he refused to sit in the back of the bus whenever an enlisted soldier was like, "Get in the back." And he's like, "I'm an officer. You don't talk to me like that." And he was like, "All right." And he went and told the colonel, and the colonel was like, "You're being brought up on charges."
Oh my God, that's ridiculous. He earned a higher rank.
Yeah, you got a captain in the military, and he's being told like, "Oh, because of the color of your skin, get in the back of the bus." So
That's awful,
Yeah.
dude. Like
So-
Oh wow! I didn't even know that. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
that's
There-
ridiculous.
It was in a movie, and now I can't remember the name of it, but it shows like him and like a couple other up and coming baseball players that eventually break through when during World War II and what they did. So yeah,
Damn, man. I mean, like,
So-
it's funny because, like, with the military, well, you were in the military, and it's funny. I think that part of the reason why, like, you don't play those games is because, like, you've been
Very true.
you've been away fighting for us, and when you come back and you see people acting stupid, I can't imagine that you don't think like, man, is this what I was fighting for? Like this asshole?
I mean, sometimes you do sit there and think about it, and I know other comics we've sat around and talked about it. It's like, what did we really go over there for? And there's all kind of everybody has their own ideas. So
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
And thank you for your service, by the way.
Yeah,
The
thank you.
podcast thanks
Yes,
you for your
thank
service.
you.
Jeff over there even thanks you for your service.
Hey Jeff, stop playing with yourself, bro.
Thank-
Come on.
Thanks
Hey.
for the recognition. So,
We have a veteran
both of
amongst
you.
us, and you over here twiddling your bits.
man,
Okay.
whatever, dude.
Twiddling your
I have
bits.
I have a master's degree in porta potty wanking. It's fine.
Oh yes, and that's a hard
James, that's
course.
the gayest shit I've ever heard you say.
Dude, we used to have like little punch cards when we were in Afghanistan, and if you hit every porta potty, then and got the punch card, like you would get like different things sent to you. Yeah, like we used to. You got to have something to do, man. Like, yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Y'all playing porta potty games? Get the hell out of here.
Well, at,
Oh,
lea-
yeah.
at
This
least
is
there
what
were
our
circumstances
taxpaying
that
dollars
worked
is
for
going
it.
to do? So you can sit your ass in different porta potties?
Yep.
Are the porta potties that good?
No, dude, they were like think about it. It can get up to like 120 degrees.
Yeah, I'm sure. So why were y'all playing shitting games?
No,
That's one thing everyone's doing. You could do better.
Wrong bodily fluid for the porta potty.
I knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey man, I bet I could take a bigger dump than you. Yeah, go ahead. I'll be over here.
I'm not diving into the Blue Wonder to find out. No.
Oh, that's got. Honestly, I wonder how much those guys make. They're draining those things.
Stupid question. Those shits didn't have ACs over there?
No.
Really?
No.
Man, we don't treat our service members right, man. We don't.
Well, dude, think about it. Do you really want something making noise at night?
Oh, okay. So these are like in select area, like in the shitty areas. It's like, it can go down.
Incognito.
All right.
Yeah, man.
I'm thinking it's like the one at the base. Like they just
No,
put a
dude.
base and
They
it's
would
like,
they would have like an actual latrine at the big fobs. So
What's FOBs?
fobs, forward operating base.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. I'm serious. Like, we really, as a country, we really do not treat
We don't.
our soldiers
We
well.
don't.
Like, they
That's
have
how we
a
don't.
high suicide rate. And honestly, that was my one thing. Well, one of a couple things. Like, largely, I like Bernie Sanders, but one thing that always stuck with me is that when he was head of the VA, a lot of soldiers died waiting for organ transplants, waiting for care, and they still do. But like that's just one thing that's just not it's overlooked. You know, people were put on lists there was a waiting list for these organs, and then there was a fake list that people put on that they stalled for years to get on the real list. And people died like that. And like, if you fought for the country, you should be way ahead. You know, this shouldn't be happening.
Well, one of the things, and people can get mad at me for it, but one of the things that I give credit where credit's due, and something that our current president has pushed real hard is for care for veterans. So he has done. There's numerous bills that he has signed, and one of them was an extension from the Congress under Obama. Was, hey, if you're having to wait more than 30 days for an appointment, now you can go to a civilian doctor. Well, now what got added onto it is, hey, not only is there a wait time, but if there's a travel issue. So say you live more than, I think it's 40 miles. I would have to go look because it's not something that really affects me much. But if you live more than 40 miles away now, and there's a specialist in your area, you can say, hey, look, I want to go to the civilian specialist, not the VA. So that's really cool, and they're doing it. They're starting to do it a lot more with mental health providers. Yeah,
Good.
definitely needed now.
but
That is something that is exceptionally needed.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
But one of the biggest things, at least in my experience, that would help the suicide is get the fuck out of your house. Yeah, because you start staring at the walls too long, and all kind of stuff
It's isolation,
happens.
man.
Yep.
It's the isolation, man. I'm serious. Like there's a reason why putting somebody in a room by themselves for months at a time is the worst punishment that they could give you in jail.
You start calling for Betty.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? We need to get you out more, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Like have you been overseas? Like, you got PTSD? He's got PTSD. We gotta help him, man.
Start doing sock puppets and shit.
Hey, you got to stay sane somehow, right?
Wait, hold on 1 second. This
Tom
one's
Hanks
crunchy.
said Wilson.
Oh man, I got this puppet pregnant.
You start going like what is it? South Park.
first date, Betty.
Tacos.
A little bit.
Tacos, burritos.
Oh, now. Jen-
My bean. Oh, my bean.
We're gonna get sued by South Park. Oh my god, I haven't seen that episode in South Park. My god, dude, look at the difference. Just every
I love
like now it's like every 2-3 years the show is completely evolved.
Yes.
And
yes.
you just never
Yes.
thought back in the day that this show would be on as long. It has outlived like shows that just like that looked like classic shows, sitcoms with stars.
It outlived
you know,
everything except for The Simpsons, all right?
Yeah.
But it'll pass that.
Well,
I
I think the Simpsons are pretty much they're on their downward spiral now.
Yeah.
They've been on the downward slide for a while.
Yeah.
But I never watched them. Like, it's not even because I didn't like them. When I was really like one of my earliest memories is watching The Simpsons with my brother and sister, and because of that, and I never watched them after that. I just still associate Simpsons with like the '90s, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I never watched it after that. I don't know who watched it. It's like Mad TV. It was an awesome program, but I don't know who watched it.
Was Mad TV and Hustle program?
Hey, I found a lot of clips from Mad TV that I liked. I gotta say. Plus, it's fun to see stars before they were stars. You see Jordan Peele, and look what he's gone on to do on there. You know what I mean? Keegan
Aries
Marquis.
Spears.
You know, and
Yeah.
one thing I was.
Fuck Aries Spears.
Whoa! I gotta know. Well, you don't like him?
For real.
He's not that funny.
He's
I
a
like
great
him, man.
impressionist, though. He's a great
No.
impressionist.
Really?
What?
I think he's a good.
I'm sorry.
If you didn't think he was
Impression.
DMX,
Ray Charles,
Jay-Z,
Who the fuck can't do an angry black man?
LL Cool J, he's good at.
LL Cool J, he's
Yeah.
really good at. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But the thing is, like, his impressions were what I thought that would be the middle ground. If you didn't find his comedy funny, you'd be like, okay, he has 1 or 2 good impressions, but you don't even like the thing that's like his middle ground.
You know who I think is a better impressionist than him, and I just say that he's great.
Jay Farrow.
Yep.
Yeah, but Jay
And-
Farrow.
Oh, yeah.
and I can't even stand his stand up. I'm like, hey.
I could hear that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jay Farrow is a
But I
very
think he's
good
better at
impressionist.
impression.
Oh, his Will Smith. When that Will Smith video of his blew up, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he carried SNL with his impressions for a while because like Fred Armisen had
Yeah.
left, and like I don't even know
Yeah.
what Fred Armisen is. Is he like white or black or?
Yeah.
He's mixed.
He's mixed.
That's the guy with the glasses, right?
Yeah.
He's like half Spanish, half Jewish, I want to say. His mom may be Jewish.
Sounds
All right.
about right.
Yeah.
Thank you,
So-
guys. You're welcome.
So
Um,
he puts hot sauce on his ladle.
Ah, absolutely.
I
man.
put hot sauce in my ladle.
What sounds like an opening line to like a
Should
Lil
sound
Wayne
like
song.
Beyonce's new clothing company. Record label or some shit.
That's a Lil Wayne song. I put hot sauce on my ladle.
You know what's crazy? With all them those devices that you gotta use for your neck and shit, right? Well, all the drugs people are taking, right?
What is he talking about?
I
No,
don't
I mean,
know.
I don't know.
No.
Are you
I
talking about
got-
the pillow or?
No. You know the. I got that.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
the voice box.
box thing.
Yeah.
The voice box thing, right? With all that shit that they see, right? Has anyone not stopped to think that's gonna be like Lil Wayne in like 50 years?
The voice box.
Yeah, voice box.
I don't know because he has natural
Scissor.
smoker's voice.
Yes.
But when he's rapping, I don't know.
But that's because he's been smoking since he ate.
well,
So how natural was it?
Well, are cigarettes still a big part of the rap game? I don't know because like I haven't seen a lot of rappers smoke. I think a lot of them are health conscious now. They don't really smoke cigarettes.
I don't know about health conscious.
Vegan.
They've kind of
Dude, they're trying to get off like the what is it what
they just changed
the
what
mumble
they're
rap
smoking.
drug culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're trying to
Yeah,
they
they're-
keep dying.
Yeah,
Like,
they're not doing the cough syrup and all that stuff now.
the not to,
Oh, they're not trying to stay healthy.
Xanax. That's the big one with them.
But they do
Xanax.
pills.
Yeah.
Kids are popping pills.
Well, dude, I mean, like usually a genre has a couple of years to kind of live before it dies out. It literally Lil Peep, XXX, and well, he got shot, but you know he you know, and then let's see, Juice WRLD just died. Like,
Can we call Dina Hasham and ask her opinion of XXX?
I'm not a big fan, dude. I mean, I listen to the music from him. Like, okay, this is okay at best.
I'm gonna
you
be
know,
honest
but
with you. I
he
haven't
was
been
kind of a
like that into
monster.
music for a long time. Okay, I go back to the oldies. I'm gonna keep it real. Who the fuck would name themselves XXX something like what?
Dude, I know.
Like
that's
like,
that's an
like,
AOL
the
name.
first time when he died, I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's an AOL screen
Was
name.
he dying
Like-
because he what? Was he writing his name out and it took him too fucking long? Like what? The
Like,
did he have a
X,
last name?
Temptation. Temptation. That dude, that is literally a screen name from like you remember way
That's
back
an
in
AOL screen name.
You know, like it was just like Skocker Gal 97 at
Yep.
it's ridiculous, man. But
Skeeter on your feeder.
dude, my AOL name was Snowboarding Boy, and I never been snowboarding once in my entire life. I never.
Fuck you did snowboarding.
I wanted girls to think I went snowboarding. It seemed cool, you know.
I remember mine.
Bitches, that's what you saying?
I was
You're the
trying.
first one?
I was trying.
I remember mine. But I ain't gonna tell y'all because that shit embarrassing as hell.
He couldn't catfish. He was too young. He was tadpoling.
Tadpole. You fucking tadpole.
Bitch, he was talking about you.
I was trying to pass the buck, just like Bernie Sanders.
All right. This is what my screen name was. Jamaican Lips.
I thought you were gonna say Jamaican beef, like the 7-Eleven thing, because I love Jamaican beef patties.
That's what I said. I wasn't gonna tell y'all, but fuck it.
Real homosexual.
Jamaican,
Jamaican lip.
Jamaican lip.
But I was like 13 when I made it, right?
So
I
you were
thought
relatively smart. You're like,
Okay. No, I was thinking, right? Deadass is exactly what I was thinking at 13. I could probably get to eating at least coochie if I put the lip thing out.
You got it, lips on lips. You were thinking way ahead of the game. Nice.
I was like, that's the because I always heard that's the surefire way in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
From who?
Yeah.
Like, who gave you that advice?
disgusting ass cousins. Okay.
Jamaican lip sounds like the guy you pimp out in prison. So
Oh my god. And lips, get over here. Like JB Smoove is yelling at you. Hey, get over here.
Yeah, it had a Z on it though. It wasn't no S. Okay.
You know what? I was just about to ask you spell it with a Z.
like half baked. You heard that? I'm somebody's bitch.
Dude, it's funny. Dave Chappelle was like, you saw his Mark Twain award.
Yeah.
Like,
I did not.
Oh, you need to watch that speech, dude.
it was great.
You good?
It was great. I really usually don't
Legit.
like those speeches like that.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, Joe Pesci, a long time ago, like 1991, 92, I think he got like an award. He won an award for Goodfellas. He just goes up and says, "Thanks," and walks off stage. I instantly respect. I mean, I love that man anyway, but I instantly gained so much respect for him. He's just like, okay, we all know what this is, and it kind of came full circle with the Ricky Gervais thing this year, because he's just like, just take your goddamn awards, say your little fucking thank yous, and get off stage. No one cares about what you think of the world. You're in no position to lecture anybody about anything. But with Dave Chappelle's thing, it was just like, it was coming from a great place, and it was funny. And Neil Brennan, like the guy, you know Neil Brennan. Like,
Love Neil Brennan.
I love Neil Brennan too. And you did a show with Kevin Brennan recently, actually, at Jersey City Art House.
the fundraiser we did for
Is that his brother?
for the shooting families of
His
the
older brother.
December shootings in Jersey City.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Brennan was on, Artie Lang, Barry Ribs, Josh Wells.
I was on a show with Barry Ribs last
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Uh,
But yeah, man.
Is that your first time meeting Barry?
No. I met Barry at that show. That's the thing.
Okay.
I talked to Barry for like an hour after that, because I guess everyone else had known him already. I was just trying to stay quiet and not bother anybody, and
Yeah.
I
doing
had
so
no
was
idea
awkward.
who he was before Kevin Brennan reached out and was like, "Hey, will you put this guy on?" I'm like, "Who is this?" I'm like, "This sounds like a fake name." And
Barry Ribs.
No, Barry is.
yeah, now I know.
Yeah,
Like
Barry
me and him talked, so
Yeah, dude.
he's legit.
He's a sweet guy. But yeah,
now
man.
that I've started naming who's on the show, now I have to go through the whole thing. Like Kate Hester, Meg Penetra, Rich Carucci, James Camacho, Dara Jamot, Ariel Lady, me.
Oh, there you go. You
Yeah.
slip your own
Yeah.
self-promotion in there. You know, like, you plugger.
Jonas Barnes.
You plugger. We gotta get an
Yeah.
outlet for you.
Yeah.
But like, but yeah, man, half baked. Like during Dave Chappelle's, like during the whole night, like Neil Brennan threw some like passive, not like barbs on it. They're just like, we wrote it in like one day. Like Dave called me and we had a month to work on it, and then he called me. I called him at the end of 29 days, and he's like, I'm like, what are we gonna do? And he's like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? They forgot that they had to write it. But that movie meant so much to
I
me.
can't imagine why they forgot that.
Dude, like, like that movie meant so much to me. Like, you got to understand, growing up, like in my house, we were like really, really broke, and like we watched Friday, Don't Be a Menace, Half Baked, like all
For
these things.
inspiration, I hope.
Wait, which Don't Be a Menace? Let's clarify that.
Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice.
There we go. Okay.
Yes, the only Don't Be a Menace. Well, not Dennis
All
the
I'm
Menace.
gonna say is,
No, I was thinking like Don't Be a Menace to Society.
Okay.
you
no.
were broke. You did not have to be hood. Like I'm trying to figure out here.
No. It's just because like we were just that was just what we.
Were you trying to be black too? Like
No, man.
Dude,
No,
the
it's
trailer
just what
park
we
and the
had.
ghetto have a lot in common.
That is very true.
I try and explain that to people all the time. They're
No,
like,
it's very
oh,
true.
you wouldn't understand. I'm like, dude, I lived in a trailer park. You don't understand. Like the same shit you're talking about,
Yeah,
like
it's
getting
true.
beat with a belt and a wooden spoon and, drinking grape Kool-Aid and eating collard greens and stuff. Like,
Yeah, dude.
that shit ain't black. That's just poor.
No,
Fuck you.
dude. Right? Like, I'm serious, dude. Fucking-
Black.
I never had grape drink though. I was serious. I can't remember the last time I had.
Never
grape
had grape drink.
No, I would remember.
Never?
I don't think so. I've had Welsh like grape soda, but like not like grape drink. I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
haven't been truly poor.
Crush?
No.
Oh, so I can't be black now?
No,
Oh, my
bro.
bad, because
No.
that's what I was going
No.
for.
Wait.
This gentleman right here.
Crushed
He's
grape
authentic.
soda.
Okay.
Crushed
was
grape
authentic.
soda. Yep.
I know it because I had to have that very young in life. Thank God I've moved myself up out of those ills. I
And
drink the red one now.
I like Coca-Cola,
Red
grape
flavor.
soda. It's still diabetes. You know, it doesn't matter.
and choosing your Kool-Aid not by the flavor but by the color.
Fake.
But you had to watch out for the red because your mom might get cherry instead of fruit punch.
Fruit punch.
I'm
Yeah.
like, Mom.
Yeah. You're so right.
Deception.
So right.
The
Yo, and that
deception.
cherry did not hit. That cherry did not hit at all. You wanted that fruit punch.
And then your friends would come over. You're like, no. We don't have any Kool-Aid. Yes, we do. No, we don't, Mom. Stop it,
Dude.
I'm trying to do with the cherry.
Like, I'm telling you, this is a perfect example. All right, this is how broke we were. There was at least 2 straight weeks where I didn't have anything for dinner except spoonfuls of cocoa powder or spoonfuls of Lipton sugar. That's what we had.
Lipton sugar?
Yeah.
I didn't know Lipton.
It came in like one of those cylindrical containers. You put the water in, you put it in the water.
The tea. Okay, I was like, when did Lipton make?
Oh, that's
sugar,
that Alicia
man?
Keys shit.
Alicia Keys.
Yeah. All I ever had was white rice and honey.
Dude, there was plenty of times like that, you
Yeah.
know. But it was what it was. What are you gonna do? I'm the
My
youngest of
shit
5
that
in
I
a
hated,
Jewish family.
I remember,
no money.
man, it was like real rough in like the mid-90s. Fucking Clinton. It was like real rough in like the mid-90s, right?
Yeah.
And well, he was getting this shit stroked. I was
All the presidents
getting
have.
poked.
Every
But,
one of them.
no, like tuna, nigga. I hate tuna. I absolutely hate. What? No, I'm sorry. Sardines.
Oh,
Because
God,
sardines
no.
was cheap as hell.
Do you know what you hate?
Oh my God, no,
Like-
because I'm not big on seafood. So like tuna, I'll eat, but
See, I can't do spam anymore, man.
I can do the
Look
corned
at-
beef. I could never do spam.
Let me rephrase
And I
that.
I
hate
don't even know
that
what
shit.
spam is.
I can't do substituted meat. That's what it stands for.
Yeah.
Shit posing as meat is what it stands for.
You can get that at Burger King and Taco Bell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But not like I can do fried spam still, but I cannot do it raw anymore. Like that's how we used to do. Like, dude,
I had the corned
we
beef.
go fishing, pop it out, cut it up, put it on crackers. Go on. Yep. That Vienna sausages, potted meat,
Yeah,
all that
liked those
shit.
things. I never liked those
Yeah.
things. No,
all that
never
shit
liked
that you don't want to turn to the side now.
You
and
look
see
like you
what
would
it's
like to
made
eat
out
them.
of.
Anyway, we coming up on time. Damn, that was.
All right.
Seriously?
Keep going. I don't care. Yeah, nobody's gonna be here.
Y'all don't have another?
I mean, I do have to get somewhere. My damn self.
sorry,
So,
motherfucker.
you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I mean,
I
shit.
like that it's a half-hour thing, like, 'cause it's concise.
You know what I'm saying?
Everyone
Like,
goes
I
through,
mean-
2 hours, you know?
Yeah.
I just know by the feel. Okay.
That's not what your bitch
It's
is.
yeah.
Oh, we had to go there. Thank you.
You have me all day, motherfucker.
Now we can start bringing it
The
offline.
cookie give you
man.
AIDS, motherfucker.
That is just. James, what do you think about AIDS? You're like,
I'm just happy we have a cure now, so that way this monkey can get fucked.
we call him. Oh, nice. I just thank you for that. That was not good.
And we're not at a half hour. It says up there we're at 23.
This is like not an episode of Seinfeld, man. There's no commercials.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta put the commercial breaks in between there, and there's at least 6 minutes.
Where's the bass player? Fucking bass player's always late.
When you're looking for red drink, this is where.
Nah. I'm gonna bring back something. You know what? I might make this shit tonight just cause. Y'all remember Jello?
Jello, yes.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I love Jello.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I used to love that shit. Now when you talk about Kool-Aid, there was a summer. I think it was 97, 90, 98, one of them. When it was nothing but just Jello and Kool-Aid.
Damn, they look like the same
Oh,
thing.
childhood was sweet back then. Literally.
Okay.
Go-Gurt.
Yeah. No.
Go-Gurts were nice.
Ain't none of us
Go-Gurts were
have
nice.
that kind of money, man.
Dude,
No,
that was
here's
where
a
my money
question
went.
for you. Did you ever find the Jello with fruit in it outside of school lunch?
No.
No, makes you wonder, doesn't it?
No.
Like, wait, what else were they putting in the food?
Dude, there's the chef. There was at least one chef. I'm serious.
I'm sitting there with a dumb look on my face, like, where are you going with this?
Dude, I'm telling you, there was definitely like at least a handful of school chefs that like rubbed his balls all over the peanut butter sandwich. Fuck these kids.
There were no chefs in that lunchroom.
What qualifies as a chef?
There were some cooks on loan from Waffle House, but there were
Speaking
no
of school
chefs.
chefs, rest in pease, Isaac Hayes. I still miss
Oh,
chef.
yeah.
Oh, dude.
Children.
He was everybody. Oh, children.
Oh, children.
Oh, I love Isaac Hayes.
Hey, chef.
Dude. My God, man. respect to him. And everybody.
I wanna see me down, wanna bring.
A prostitute, someone who will love you, no matter who you are, what you look like. I heard that one.
I pay you to leave, not to stay.
Hey, chef, what do you do if a girl wants to suck on your ass? I'm not touching that one.
Dude,
I'm not touching that one.
Yeah.
dude, I did that impression of that song when I was like,
Oh, can I say
9?
something?
The chocolate
Can I
toffee
say
balls.
something? No, let me say something I
I'm
found
not
out the
one
other
too.
day. Because I was wild pissed off when Isaac Hayes left South
Yeah.
Park. And his son is coming out saying, my father didn't leave. It was a church in Scientology that wrote a letter. Because it was right after. It was right after they made fun of the Tom Cruise.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's a Scientologist. And he was like, I make fun of all religions. He was like, my father makes fun. And then he showed a paper. It's crazy as shit. It was like, I make fun of all religions. Like, this is that. And everything struck me and hit me because I was like, right after that, he died.
Dude, that
So you think they killed him?
Motherfucker, I don't trust no Scientologist. Okay, Tom Cruise, number one.
Oh, dude, that episode had me dying. Tom Cruise, please come out of the
Come out of the
closet.
closet. I'm not
Yeah,
in the
we're
closet.
here in the closet.
And you know it's bad when R. Kelly is trying to help you. If R. Kelly's trying to help you, you're fucked up.
John Travolta's in the closet.
And I pull out my gun.
Woo!
Stop peeing in the corner, R. Kelly.
All right, James, what shows you got this week, man?
When is this coming out?
Whenever Jeff can have it, man. What do you?
So never. All right.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff.
When? Sorry. Today?
Hey.
So tomorrow night, I have an audition at Creek in the Cave on the Headliner series with Jonas Barnes. So if y'all want to come out, that's in Long Island City, Queens. I think it starts 7 o'clock
Tonight?
No,
Tomorrow night.
Monday.
Tomorrow night.
So
Okay.
that one, I have something every.
I might be in that neighborhood anyway because I'm doing background work on something that's filmed. They always film in Long Island City these days. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Did you ever turn your phone? You actually, I'm glad it happened at the end of the class, so it's okay. You can still.
I thought that was.
I won't take points
I
off your
really thought
test.
it was on
Oh,
silent.
shit.
But,
And then the Wednesday, I'm in Connecticut at Cellar Dwellers. And then Friday, which is something I'm really excited about. So they're starting a actual comedy scene in East Pennsylvania, and this is the first big show that they're having out there. And I got asked to come and close that out.
Nice, man.
So I'm doing
Good job.
20 minutes Friday in Easton, Pennsylvania at Lafayette Bar. So it's a completely free show. The lineup is banging. It's all the best comics out of Eastern Pennsylvania that are going to be out there. I think there's 7 of us on there. And then Saturday, I get to do my first real show in Atlantic City at Bally's.
Oh, nice.
Bally's.
Bally's. That's
That
nice.
was. Save the best for last on that one,
Yeah.
man. That was great. All right,
And then
man.
I finally get a break.
That's awesome, man. Good job, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I
Start
like
working on more
that.
shit.
man, just this week, man. I'm hitting the mics until Saturday, where I'm back at the Brooklyn House of Comedy. I did well enough last night where they offered me a bigger spot this coming Saturday.
Yeah,
So thank you, man. So Saturday the 25th, I'm gonna be at Brooklyn House of Comedy.
Awesome.
You know.
And I will be at the Brooklyn House of Comedy Friday night and Saturday night.
Yeah. Are you doing a spot or hosting or what are you doing?
No, I'm not hosting. I will be doing 2 spots.
Okay, nice.
They better after yesterday.
Well, yeah, I was giving it.
Man, but that was
Yeah,
great. I love that
if
place.
y'all want to follow me, I have a website. Just look up Headspace and Timing Comedy. That's Headspace and Timing Comedy. I also produce shows. As a matter of fact, I have a big show coming up for production in April at the Moose Lodge in Jersey City. And we have an outstanding lineup for that one. It's Christine Meehamberg is going to be headlining, not closing out. She's doing 45 minutes to an hour. We got Katie Boyle, an Irish comic, and I'm not talking about Irish heritage, like she is from Ireland. And she is awesome, hilarious. We have James Camacho is going to open, and I'm hosting that one.
Nice,
And
dude.
Franco Danger's on that as well. As Kate
Franco's a
Hester.
killer. Franco's a killer.
They're doing spots on it, so
Franco's
yeah.
nice, dude.
Do that. You can follow me Facebook James Mac MAC. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Headspace and Timing Comedy, just the initials for Headspace and Timing, so HSNT Comedy. So
All right, man. James Mack living the Mac life. Jeff wanking it in the corner. And we got Kurt here. I'm Joey Rosenberg, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Savage
Next week.
Podcast. Savage Kings. Savage Kings.